Hello and welcome to Campus to Community, the Columbia Basin College news magazine to keep you informed of what's happening at CBC and how we might better serve you. We're going to be talking about bachelor degree programs at CBC today, and we'll be talking about one that's hot on the radar, that's cybersecurity. But first, we're going to talk with the Associate Professor of the Applied Management Bachelor Degree Program, and that is Matt Kincaid. And Matt, welcome to Campus to Community.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So tell us, what is the Bachelor Degree Program, Applied Science and Applied Management, and what's its purpose?
Yeah, great question. So the program is giving students a chance to get a four-year degree in management. Often we have students that have an associate's degree, but traditionally the path for someone in that program would be either a two-year degree or a transfer degree. And so what we have in the workforce a lot now are students that or people that have the associate's degree but don't have a bachelor degree. So the program was really created to give these people a pathway to a four-year degree without having to start over as, say, a sophomore because they don't have the right transfer degree. And so students are out there working hard and trying to get this degree so they can get better jobs and move on to master's programs and things like that.
Well, you've been at it about 6 years now, this program has, this bachelor program. You've graduated a lot of students, and how is that? Why is it so popular?
Yeah, a variety of reasons. You know, we just did a survey this year, just about a month ago, that was polling a bunch of people who had graduated from the program, and what we found out from the survey was people were doing a number of different things. They were coming to the program because they wanted better jobs. Some people had gone to CBC previously, had a great experience, like their instructor, so they felt comfortable sticking with CBC. We get a lot of feedback about all of the professors in our program have some real life experience, some real business experience. There's a variety of reasons people are drawn to it. I think each person's story is unique, but it seems to be working.
Applied Management, what kind of courses are the students introduced to?
Yeah, students will take a bunch of different business courses: operations management, organizational behavior, economics, accounting, all the basics. They'll also have to take an ethics class and a leadership class. So we're trying to emphasize a well-rounded perspective for students as they enter into the workforce. And so we're emphasizing things like ethics and leadership, not just business courses.
Okay, so what's the result of your graduates getting their bachelor's degree? Where have they gone on to, or have they got promoted, or?
Yeah, good question. So this was another thing we just learned through our survey that we administered this a couple months ago. And we have students that are going on to master's degrees, several at Western Governors University, a bunch at Washington State University, a few others. We have students in their current job that are being promoted up to new positions. We have students that are getting better jobs. Now this isn't everybody, but the majority of the students we polled are advancing in their career or in their education in some way.
That's fantastic. And how do you get involved in the program?
We have an outreach and retention specialist, Katrine Smith. Her entire job is to recruit and retain students and do some advising. So she's in our business building. People can get in touch with her. The process is a typical admissions process. You fill out an application, and you have to have a 2-year degree or the equivalent of a 2-year degree. And yeah, you just get in touch with Katrine and she guides you through the whole process. ColumbiaBasinCollege.edu/BAS. Matt, thanks for joining us. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And we're going to come back and talk to one of the graduates of Matt's program right after this.
I work in the project controls division, so this program is a really good fit for me for project management. It's a good package because everything that I'm learning here, we also are doing in our programs and projects at work. I just think it's a great program because it's close to home, and you know, I can still work and be able to attend classes at night.
And welcome back to Campus to Community, and now one of the stars of the Applied Management program, who graduated, one of Matt Kincaid's former students. And we're going to visit with Ryley Dennis. And Ryley, welcome to our show.
Thank you.
First of all, how did you happen to hear about the Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Applied Management at CBC?
My aunt was actually in one of the first classes, and I was at CBC doing my AA, and I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go to WSU Tri-Cities or CBC and continue there. And I had all of the prerequisites for this class, or for this program already, so I thought that it would be a good opportunity for me, and it's affordable as well.
And what kind of concepts, because you were working at the time anyway, right?
I was, yes.
So what kind of concepts were you learning?
I learned everything from operations to management and accounting and finance, so I felt very well-rounded once I left the program.
Mm-hmm. So were you able to, while you were going to class, were you able to put any of these concepts into practice at your job?
I was actually in a technical field at the time, so a lot of the leadership stuff, because I was in an operations group, that was very helpful because we were trying to figure out different opportunities to make sure that our program was running effectively.
Mm-hmm. What are the most important things maybe that you took with you from the Bachelor of Applied Science program?
I think the education in general, but I also think that the networking with the teachers and the students was very beneficial.
Okay, and how did the program fit into your schedule? Because you said you were working at the time.
I actually loved the schedule because I was able to work full-time during the days and then either do my classes online or through the hybrid classes. I was able to spend time with family since they were late night or early night classes, so either before or after I was able to do my homework or spend time with family.
Mm-hmm. But you got to be ready to do this, right? I mean, because it does take away from your lifestyle.
Oh, it definitely does. There's a lot of studying involved and stuff, so you have to make sure that you make it a priority, especially with the online courses, because you have to really teach yourself and have the commitment to make sure you're getting on it, since you don't have a teacher there every single day reminding you.
And your family's got to be behind you on this, right?
Oh, of course, yes.
I mean, because they're going to have to understand when you can't do the things you normally do with them because you've got to study and go to class.
Yes, exactly.
So how has the bachelor's program affected your job status?
Actually, it has provided a lot of opportunities. I was working as a student when I was in the classes, but I was able to look for different jobs, and most jobs around here, the minimum requirement is a bachelor's degree. So that opened up a lot of opportunity. For instance, my current job, I would not have been able to even apply if I didn't have a bachelor's degree.
So any big goals in the future professionally for you?
I'm at a very early stage in my career, so I am just trying to learn as much as possible and continue to grow.
And what would you say to someone who's thinking perhaps they have an AA degree, a 2-year degree, of whether or not they should go and get their 4-year degree in this field, applied management?
I would say definitely go for it. If you have the people supporting you and you have the time and you're willing to commit, then definitely do it because it provides a lot more opportunity. Thanks,
Ryley. You're quite an inspiration to everyone.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we're going to be talking about cybersecurity, another bachelor's program at CBC, right after this.
Where can you see stunning views of stars, galaxies, and other wonders of the universe? Visit the Bechtel National Planetarium at Columbia Basin College. Take a guided tour of the night sky under a spectacular dome in the Community Enrichment Foundation Theater, where you can learn about phases of the moon, planets, constellations, and other fascinating objects in deep space. Science and educational films for a variety of age groups are also displayed on the planetarium dome. Look up into the night sky. Learn more about our universe.
Welcome back, and now we're going to talk about something that's really hot out there these days as far as programs are concerned in college, and that's our Bachelor of Applied Science program in cybersecurity. Join us Assistant Professor Matt Boehnke, and he's new this year to Columbia Basin College. Matt, welcome to Campus to Community.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks for having me.
First of all, tell us a little bit about the cybersecurity program at CBC and how important it is these days.
Well, in these days, cybersecurity is pretty much everything we have. We have cell phones, we have iPads, we have tablet devices, and we're in more of a digital environment throughout our society, and that cybersecurity comes on board, and that we have to secure the data that we're using in our credit cards, financial institutions, the banks, and the hospitals even. So a lot of that ties into what we're offering here at CBC are those programs, how we can secure that data in a manner that supports any organization that's out there in any career field.
Okay, you're new to CBC. Why don't you tell us how you got here, your background?
I was retired Lieutenant Colonel in the United States Army, flew helicopters initially from Desert Storm for 21 years. Then my last 3 assignments, I worked with the U.S. Army Cyber Command. And part of that job, we had several attacks on our systems within the military. One of those would actually shut down an Apache helicopter from a virus that came from a USB device. So that device then caused problems with that hard drive. We had to shut down a flying system and then restart the hard drive that allowed it to restart the system. So that was one of the major impacts that I try to bring up to the students here at CBC, that this has real-world capabilities that can shut down even a helicopter.
Wow. And so we're not just talking about how it affects your life, but how it could take your life.
Right, exactly.
What are some of the main concepts or themes that are taught in this cybersecurity bachelor program?
One of the basic fundamentals is a good password policy, good understanding of what we can do on a day-to-day basis without any additional money or cost to individuals. Another is looking at a defense in depth. So you have a password, you work on your access control and understanding what you're doing on a social media device with Facebook and Twitter and all these other areas that we can get into. We want to make sure people are understanding what they're doing out in the social media world, how their cyber effect is, and what their impacts are to their society and their bank accounts that are going on.
I would think that there's a lot of interest in this from a student standpoint. What's it like in enrollment?
Enrollment has increased. We're up to almost over 30 individuals that are in our career field right now, and a lot of that is looking almost to double it in the next couple of years. So with the hacks to Target and Home Depot, we're getting a lot of headlines and the newspapers and on media, so a lot of individuals are coming to us and want to get more interested in the cyber field.
And I understand also you're getting a lot of interest from students in high school, though this is a bachelor program. They can start as freshmen?
As freshmen, they come straight in there. We start with the 100, 200 level classes, build a foundation that we can then expand on in the 300 levels as well.
So what kind of difference can graduates make in this cyber world we have now?
You can make a difference, right, an impact as soon as you get out of college and go right into the organization. The problem with our society now is too many people think of cyber as an afterthought, as a secondary function because it's too not cost effective enough, not going to save them on the bottom line. But what we're seeing now is it's costing too much money to go in afterwards. A cyber attack to Target costs over $170 million to a lot of people around the country and around the world. So we're trying to put the impression on, you come out of CBC, you make an impact early on, you're going to affect those decisions that are not going to happen just now, but in the future for that company.
Wow, an important program. We're glad we have it, and thanks for joining us, Matt.
Thank you.
And that's Campus to Community for today. Join us again next time. I'm Frank Miller.